Shall we just have a conversation about how to get a high limit credit card from a credit union, even if you have poor credit and you want to get the card with a low APR? I think this will be a good convo, right? So stick around till the end of today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as terrific as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to have a quick discussion about how to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR. And we have 8 steps that you need to follow methodically if you want to get the high limit credit card from a credit union. Step number one, understand how credit union credit cards work. And it's kind of important because credit union credit cards work differently than credit cards that are issued by banks. I mean, differently in the sense of they have a lower fees, the eligibility are different. So first of all, what are credit unions? Credit unions offer similar financial products and services that the banks also offer. With both credit unions and banks, you can access services like direct deposit, mobile banking, ATM access, and overdraft protection. Credit unions also offer credit cards. They offer loans. They offer business loans. The major difference between a credit union and a bank is that credit unions are non-for-profit organizations. In other words, they're not in business just to make money. Sometimes in their charter, they have to help develop an area. They have to bring awareness to a cause. Maybe they are affiliated with the military, that kind of stuff. Whereas banks, as you know, are profit driven. So if you are looking for a credit union credit card, chances are you might get one with a lower APR. And in terms of underwriting, in terms of eligibility, they have less stringent, they have less strict requirements. And you need to be a member, okay? If you want to get, before even thinking about getting a high limit credit card from a credit union, you first need to be a credit union member. You need to be a member of the credit union. You need to open a savings and or personal accounts with them. You need to open, in some cases, a business account with them, okay? You may get a lower interest rate and fewer fees once you are part of the credit union, and you might have better odds of approval. This is very important. So step number one, understand how credit union credit cards work. Step number two, you got to know the pros and cons of credit union credit cards because nothing is rosy all the time, right? So even credit union credit cards have their, what I would call their negative aspects too. Now, so what are the pros and cons of credit union credit cards? So the pros, you have lower fees. So things like annual fees, late fees, foreign transaction fees, balance transfer fees are generally lower. You have low APR. So APR stands for annual percentage rate. So for example, based on our research, we found that if you get a credit union credit card, you stand a chance to pay at least 2 to 3% lower APR than if you were to get your card through a traditional bank. You also have higher approval odds. So like any bank, credit union, like any bank, credit unions will check your credit scores and reports before extending you a line of credit. But if you initially get denied, some say credit unions are more likely to reconsider your application. Remember, they are actually considering the application of a member, not a customer, okay, not a borrower. So they might be more lenient to work with you. And another pro is the better customer service. We like that. This is true. You have with a credit union, you have a lot of opportunities to deal with the branch manager. You know them personally in some cases. What about the cons? We have lower credit limits. In some cases, they might not go as high as 100K. So you might get 25K or 20K depending upon your credit worthiness. This is good anyway. And credit union credit cards sometimes have fewer features and rewards because of their relatively small size. Credit unions cannot offer as many flashy perks as the Chases and Citibanks of the world. Their online banking services may also be less advanced. So while you find credit union credit cards with a decent rewards programs, cardholders will not get the big sign-up bonuses you would get with major rewards cards like the Chase, Sapphire Razor, for example. Okay, so this is something you need to keep in mind. And in some cases, you also have another con that we have seen in our research: cross collateralization. So most credit cards are unsecured, which means what? It means they don't require collateral. But if you get a credit union credit card, you should be on the lookout for what they call cross collateralization. This practice common among credit unions states that one loan's collateral can be used to back other loans. So say you have an auto loan with XYZ credit union, and then you get a credit card from there too. If you fail to make your credit card payments, XYZ could take away your car. Or if you've paid off your car, but you still have credit card debt, XYZ could refuse to give you the car's title until you pay off your other debt. Okay, so if you plan to take out multiple personal loans with a credit union, you should check for this clause in your credit card terms and then decide if it's worth the risk. Step number 3, folks, you need to know various types of credit union credit cards. If your goal is to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR, you need to know the typology here. So what are the types of credit cards issued by credit unions? We actually have categorized the credit cards by product terms, by special feature. So product terms, so you have rewards structure, you have APR structure, you have fee structure, and in terms of special feature, you have secured cards, organizational affiliation, merchant affiliation, no preset spending limits, and charge cards. Let's just dig a little deeper here. So again, folks, this is the third step. I want you to know various types of credit union credit cards. So reward structure. So credit cards from credit unions offer spending-based rewards in terms of cashback, points, and miles. Some cards offer the same per dollar earning rate across all purchase types, while others provide extra rewards in certain specific categories, such as gas, groceries, or travel. And the APR structure, all credit cards charge interest. And if you don't pay off your full balance at the end of the billing cycle, or if you make the unwise decision to do a cash advance, you are going to get hit. What about the fee structure? Like most financial products, credit union credit cards are known to charge a number of different fees, in some cases ranging from annual membership fees and balance transfer fees to foreign transaction fees and cash advance fees. It depends again on your credit union. What about the types of credit cards by special feature? So secure cards. So secure cards often represent the best credit card option for people with poor, limited, or no credit history. So they are practically identical to general purpose credit cards, with the sole exception that you need a security deposit to open a secured credit card. And this deposit is fully refundable and will be returned to you upon closing your account with no outstanding balance. You have some credit union credit cards are sort of focused on organizational affiliation. So co-branded and affinity credit cards are linked to particular companies, organizations, and groups, ranging from professional sports franchises and travel providers to universities and professional organizations. Okay, and such relationships are designed to pique the interest of related consumer segments as well as reward users for their organizational loyalty. And you have merchant affiliation, right? So store credit cards are directly linked to particular retail chains and can only be used at their stores. And what we've seen is that in some cases, a credit union may actually partner with the store, with the local store chain, to issue a merchant affiliation credit card. Step number 4, you need to know how to choose a credit union credit card. This is very important, and there are a few things you need to do to actually choose the right card for you. You need to first, please, check your credit. The last thing you want is to apply for a credit card at a credit union and you have no idea what your credit score is. You need to check your credit, and you need to correct and fix any issues that are in there. All right, if there's an error or if there's a problem, if there is an inconsistency, you have a chance to actually fix it, and you can fix it through. There are two channels to fix the issue. you can contact one of the three major bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, or you can contact the lender directly. And you can get your free reports at annualcreditreport.com, which is a federally authorized site. Then you need to identify which type of credit card you need. So there are three general types of credit cards from credit unions. So you have cards that help you improve your credit when it's limited or damaged, cards that save you money on interest, and cards that earn rewards. So you got to really think about what really works for you, okay? Whether you want to build or rebuild credit, whether you want to save on interest, because if you want to save on interest, if you want to build or rebuild credit, for example, you might want to think about student or secured credit cards. If you want to save on interest, you might want to look for low interest 0% APR or balance transfer cards from credit unions. And if you want to earn rewards, travel, or cashback, credit cards from credit unions is a great way to go. All right. And then once you have that, you need to narrow your choices by asking the right questions. Okay, so you have to, and the questions depend upon the kind of card you are looking for. For example, if you are looking for a low interest 0% APR or balance transfer cards from a credit union, you have to think about how long is the 0% APR period, what is the ongoing interest APR, what's the card's balance transfer policy, does the card offer rewards, right? So those are questions you need to ask. And then you need to apply for the card that offers you the highest overall value. Example, again, if you are looking for a low interest 0% APR or balance transfer cards, you need to think about things like debt payoff planner, no late fees or penalty APR, and certain credit cards from credit unions waive these charges. And if you fall behind on payments, this could come in handy. So those are things you need to think about. So overall here, you need to choose a credit union credit card that suits your situation, your specific situation, whether you want to save money, whether you want to earn rewards, or you want to build or rebuild your credit history. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about how to get a high limit credit card from a credit union, even if you have poor credit and you want this card with the low APR. Step number 5. First of all, step number 1, understand how credit union credit cards work. Step number 2, know the pros and cons of credit union credit cards. Number 3, you need to know the various types of credit union credit cards. Step number 4, you need to know how to choose a credit union credit card. Step number 5, you need to check membership eligibility. If you remember earlier, I was telling you, before you can even think about getting a high limit credit card, you have to be a member of the credit union in the first place. That's just the sesame that opens the door for you. You gotta have that. Okay, and the law requires that credit unions define their field of membership. So this simply means that the law outlines the group of people that a credit union wishes to serve. So many credit unions do not have strict requirements because credit unions serve the city or town you live in. When they open, they already have a local customer base, right? And you have actually an organization, a federal organization called the NCUA, the National Credit Union Association, which defines this as community credit unions. So by simply living in a specific area, you already have met the requirements. So the NCUA actually categorizes credit unions based on several criteria, or they actually put them in several clusters. So you have area of work or industry, religious affiliation, membership in other organizations, connections with family members, education credit unions, public credit unions. Okay, so for instance, for public credit unions, you may join a public CU by making a small donation to a specified charity. Alternatively, a public credit union may require that you join a specific association that has a direct connection to it. The point I'm trying to make here is that if you are looking to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR, you want to see the credit card that best suits your situation and the credit card that is best aligned with your personal situation. For example, let's say you have a religious affiliation. You're part of, let's say, the Pentecostal church, and you have a credit union that serves members of that congregation, chances are you stand a higher chance of getting a high limit credit card, all things held constant, from that credit union than if you were to go to a credit union that serves members of the military. Okay, this is where you have to be smart. Step number 6, folks, you need to know how to choose the right credit union. So once you have determined eligibility, membership eligibility, you need to take a step further. And the step further here is to choose a credit union that actually will not only give you the high limit credit card that you're looking for, but also support you in terms of financial education, in terms of customer service, in terms of other financial products in the future, whether it is loans, whether it is savings accounts or checking accounts. So to choose the right credit unions for you, please pay attention to rates and fees. Okay, credit unions offer lower rates and fees on most of their products, and some examples include lower loan interest rates, lower minimums and fees, lower credit card rates. Okay, so this is something good. You want to look for outstanding customer service. You want to look at the community focus of credit unions. What about apps and technology? So credit unions offer many features that banks do. They both offer free online bill pay, mobile alerts, and deposits. So you have to really think about that. Now, we know that when it comes to apps and technology, credit unions need to do a lot of catch up. They're not there yet, but they're getting there. In choosing the right credit union for you, you want to pay attention to ATMs and branch locations. The last thing you want is actually live in a place where you have to drive, say, 1 or 2 hours just to go to a local branch. So you don't want that. You want to be as close to the credit union branch as possible. What about security and insurance? You want to choose this credit union that has $250,000 security insurance from the NCUA. Okay, the NCUA, the National Credit Union Association, administers the National Credit Union Share Insurance Fund, which insures deposits at federal credit unions for up to $250,000, the same amount as banks. And you want to also pay attention to other membership benefits. For example, no fee ATMs. This is important, especially if the credit union is not a large one. They only cover a certain city, or they cover only one state, right? So no fee ATMs can come handy. You have cash back, unlimited bill pay, overage, and less emphasis on credit score. And you also want to check the initial deposit amounts that the credit union requires. Step number 7, folks. You need to know credit union credit card requirements, because every credit union has its own requirement for issuing high limit credit cards. And the basic credit cards that we have found, the basic credit card requirements we have found in our research include, so you need to be at least 21 years old or 18 with either a parent's permission or a verifiable source of income. You need to have a social security number. So in general, you need to have your social to establish a credit history, right? So non-citizens without a social security number will not likely be able to get a credit card, especially from a credit union. You need to have a source of income. If you want to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR, you better have a source of income, either a full-time job, a part-time job, a contract work, seasonal work. You got to show something. And they might actually require that you show documentation to prove to substantiate your income. For example, a pay stub or W-2. You need to have, in some cases, a positive credit history. So credit unions, of course, they're financial institutions. They like low risk. But if you have positive credit history, fantastic. If you don't, there are other ways to actually mitigate that risk. Okay. You also need to actually, in some cases, on some credit card applications from credit unions, we have seen additional questions. For example, authorized users and balances to transfer. So what was an authorized user? You may be able to add authorized users to your credit card account, in which case the credit union will ask for their names, and in some cases, social security numbers and dates of birth, right? So these users will receive a card in their name and be able to make purchases with the card. Keep in mind, though, that authorized users are not co-signers, so you alone will be responsible for making all payments on the account. And if there are balances to transfer, you want to transfer balances to your high limit credit card from a credit union, that's fine too. And so if the card allows balance transfer, you may request to have balances transferred from other credit card accounts to the new credit union credit card. And if you want to do a balance transfer, you'll need to put down the creditor name, the account number, the payment address, the transfer amount. Keep in mind that you actually cannot transfer balances from other accounts at the same credit union, and the credit union may also may only allow you to transfer a portion of the balance you request. Okay, just keep that in mind. Step number 8, folks. Last but not the least, I want you to select the right credit union credit card. If you're looking to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR, not all credit unions are the ones that you want. You want to focus on a few of them, and we've done the research for you, so we have a few of them. So you want to focus on SDCCU Visa Signature Card. This is a great card that we love, and this card you can actually you can become a member if you live or work in San Diego, Riverside, or Orange County, or if you are a member of the Financial Fitness Association. So this is a great card to get, even if you don't live in you don't live in San Diego, you're fine. Okay. You have Hughes Federal Credit Union Visa Platinum Card. This is a great card also. This is a high limit credit card, and you can become a member by being an active or retired employee of a sponsor company, by living, working, worshiping, or attending school in Tucson, or by becoming a paid member of the Friend of the Library organization for the Oro Valley, Green Valley, or Pima County. We also have the State Department Federal Credit Union Savings Secured Visa Platinum Card. And this is a great card also. You can actually become a member of this credit union if you are a U.S. Department of State employee, employed or affiliated with an eligible organization, or you can be also an immediate family of a member, or be a paid member of the American Consumer Council, the ACC. We also have the First Tech Odyssey Rewards World Elite MasterCard, a great card also if you're looking for a high limit credit card from a credit union with low APR and poor credit. So you can become a member by working for a qualified sponsor company, or for the state of Oregon, by living or working in Lane County, or by being a paid member of the Computer History Museum or the Financial Fitness Association. You have the Navy Federal Visa Signature Flagship Rewards Card. This is a great card also, and this you can actually become a member of the Navy Federal Credit Union. Actually, the choices are gazillions. So family of current members, including parents, grandparents, siblings, grandchildren, and household members, are also eligible. Actually, you don't have to be affiliated with the military to be part of this. There are a lot of ways to become a member of the Navy Federal Credit Union. You also have the Aspire Platinum MasterCard, a great one too. So you can you might want to consider this card if you are interested in getting a high limit credit card from a credit union. You also have the Aligned Visa Signature Card, a great card also, and you also have the PenFed Platinum Rewards Visa Signature Card, another card you might want to consider. And then you have the Boeing Employees Credit Union Low Rate Visa Credit Card, a great card also. You also have America First Credit Union Visa Signature Credit Card. So folks, I'm just giving you a list of high limit credit cards from credit unions that you might want to consider. We have covered this section on another show extensively. You might want to double check that show. But yeah, this is just the gist of it. All right, folks, this is the end of today's conversation. I was speaking to you about how to get a high limit credit card from a credit union with poor credit and low APR. Number 1, understand how credit union credit cards work. Number 2, know the pros and cons of credit union credit cards. Number 3, you want to know the various types of credit union credit cards. Number 4, you need to know how to choose a credit union credit card. Number 5, you need to check eligibility. Number 6, you need to know how to choose the right credit union. Number 7, you need to know credit union credit card requirements. And number 8, you need to select the right credit union credit card. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.